I have never experienced something like that. 11 p.m. That was when I got to the house at Kasoa. So for those of us who live in Kasoa, and I totally understand the woman who just spoke her frustration. For those of us who live in Kasoa, yesterday was a pretty bad day for us. From 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. Now, I didn't understand the situation because I was asking what could cause the traffic to, like she said, 30 minutes vehicles were not able to move until I got to where the issue was happening. So the problem was that vehicles coming from Accra going to Kasoa, it's double roads on both ends.
Yes.
For those coming from Accra to Kasoa, it's double roads. For those coming from Kasoa to Accra, it's double roads. Now, those of us who were going to Kasoa, vehicles had taken all 4 lanes. And on the opposite ends, those coming from Kasoa to Accra had also taken all 4 lanes. So when you get to SCC, no cars are those on this stretch are not able to go to Kasoa, and then those on the opposite stretch are not able to come. So it was a standstill.
What?
There was a small lane that vehicles were meandering.
So was that because of the rains, or was it because the traffic lights not working? What?
Usually when it rains, no one minds the traffic light because the rain from the hill washes down a lot of sand to the road.
Oh, you're talking just before the toll booth.
Yes,
that side.
Exactly.
That's why all of this has happened.
That is why all of this is happening. So the rain washes down sand from the hill, and then it gets stuck in the middle of the road. So cars get stuck. There's water. So those coming to Accra have no choice but to use the other lane that is not theirs on the opposite side. And those going to Kaswatu will have to use the lane on the other side. And now when it gets to SCC, because you are using my lane, I'm using your lane, now I can't go, you can't come. And so they have to meander that small lane, and vehicles will have to go one after the other. It got to a time I just came out of the vehicle and walked. Because that would make sense.
So at what point did you get out of the car and walk?
I came out of the car just before Wager and walked all the way to SCC Junction to see what was happening.
Yeah.
And while I was doing that, I was taking videos, sending to the news team.
Yeah.
And then I had to interview some people. And then I got to Botiano before I was able to continue my journey to the house.
Wow.
That was how. And I hear people were in the traffic till 2 a.m.
Yes.
Some had to come out of their vehicles to go to nearby guest houses and hotels because they just couldn't bear it anymore.
Okay, I think there's a call on the line. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Francis.
Your name, where are you calling us from, sir?
I'm calling from Kasoa.
Collins.
My name is Saibu.
Okay, Shaibu, talk to me.
Oh, Francis, it's not usual. This country, why? What have you done to deserve this? After all these taxes they are collecting, the loan they abuse our names to collect. Simple drainage they cannot do to solve this over-decade problem for us. Francis, I left office yesterday at 4:30. I got home 1 a.m.
You left 4:30, go home at 1 a.m.
4:30.
Oh
I
my
got
goodness.
home 1 a.m. And look, the thing was like it was even fun because you could see that people. So I was calling my other colleagues that were not driving. You could see that they will load them from tax cycle or wherever when they get to somewhere in Mallam Junction. The car will return their money to them and return. So you see people start walking from Mallam to Kasoa. Other people too from Kasoa, they will walk from Kasoa to cross to Mallam. It was very, very terrible. My other junior brother he was at Circle trying to find a car. As he closed work at 5 o'clock, as at 11 p.m., he wasn't getting a car. So I had to send him a momo. I asked him to take a Okada, so at least he can come very fast at 11 p.m. Okada 2 is charging 200 Ghana cedi from Circle. He even got to Carnation, 200 Ghana cedi to Kasoa yesterday night. So it wasn't easy. So eventually he had to start walking. He walked from Carnation to Westhill Mall. That time, that was around 1 a.m. That is the time I got home. Then he also, so I even asked him to, so he couldn't come to our area. So I asked him to find somewhere and sleep. He got home this morning. So the situation was very terrible. People sitting in the car, you see that those who cannot hold their urinal for a long time, you see that people will leave in their cars and run into this thing to free themselves and all this. Why? Why do we deserve this as a citizen? Are we not part of this country? And all these things, you see somebody come on radio and say, we have done this kilometer of road. They are there. Mamakwata is there. Asansu is there. And the surprising thing is that, look, as you people were announcing it as emergency situation, look, you get there and it is private people that are there. Police have gone to sleep. Soldiers who are supposed to come to our aid in terms of emergency. Because, look, I was just thinking, like, I said, look, so we could, the few of us here could just decide that, okay, we will not allow things to happen this way and take it to our. I'm in the house. I can't leave. Francis, I bought fuel yesterday, 300 Ghana cedi, and went to work. All is finished. So I just don't get it. And we have leaders. Francis, we don't deserve the democracy we are running. I think no. The democracy there, I don't think that is good for us. We should think of better way of.
No, we have to improve the quality of the democracy. What we have is not
Francis,
good.
Francis, we have all the intellectuals. You see, we have all the intellectuals. What again do we need as a country? It's leadership.
Quality leadership. Yeah.
It's leadership. We have everything, almost everything in this country. At least this thing, Francis, I think it's every year you have to carry it. It's a Mother's Day or Father's Day that we celebrate it. It is every year celebration. Every year, I live in Kasoa. Every year it will happen, and it will not end. Francis, before the year ends, that the rain has just started. You will report the same thing again. So I don't know, what country are we?
All right.
Nanado really a president.
Okay.
Nanado,
All
right. Pamea is running around blowing his nose. I'm this.
Okay.
Why?
I get it. I get that you're angry, but it's fine. I'm so sorry for what you've been through. 4:30 p.m. to 1 a.m. is tough. It's tough on all fronts. It's unfair. It's unfair. But I thank you for your call, sir, and for joining us. All right. I'll pick my last call on this. I thought this would be a 15-minute, but no, it's not. 0552-880216. I'll pick my very last call on this one for a random conversation brought to you in association with MTN. MTN is everywhere you go, and bills, microcredit, financing your needs. I'll take my very, very, very last call on this one. For those of you who went through the traffic yesterday, what was your unique experience? Hello, good morning.
Hi, Francis.
Oh, you're back.
Hi, Francis. You know there is a school, Christian Methodist.
Yes.
It used to be at Circle. Now they are Block Factory.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Francis, you should have seen those kids in that water at that time of the night. Those kids, Brother Francis, those kids, would these people do this if their kids were attending that school? These people that we have put in power, would they leave their
live reporting from Old Barrier.
Walking knee high, waist high in that water, going home, finding their way home. Brother Francis, would they do that? Brother Francis, I'm going to pray. Let me pray in peace.
You let me go. Why? It's okay. It's okay. I know you. It's okay. No. This is your prayer. I won't take it. No. I won't take it. I won't take it. This prayer I don't want. It's okay. I know you. Thank you very much for your time. Harris. I said no. I said no.
Brother Francis, the other guy spoke of fuel. My fuel, I'm supposed to use it. My calculation was till Thursday.
It's all
Today I have
gone.
to buy fuel or I'll park. I have to buy fuel today. I can get to Kasoa, but it won't bring me back.
Wow.
After I've paid my taxes, paid whatever that I have to pay, I have to suffer. And this money that they will use is not their father's money. And then papa dia, I am buying sika main and baby chia. Fire you mama miswa. What to tell online? Oh, Brian France, we need a by-election. Let's see your one.
No, we don't. We don't. But thank you for your call, for joining us. That should do it for our random conversation this morning. Very, very sad. And sadly, when these things happen, people pretend that they have not seen it. And this event will pass. Their cost will not be counted. Whoever is supposed to be held responsible for what we're seeing on this road, every year we know it's going to come. That those sand on those hills would rush onto the road. It will cause traffic. Every year we watch on for it to happen. People are still building atop that hill. Nothing has been done to address this problem. If it rains today, we'll get a repeat. And everybody will pretend that it's a new problem when it's not. Leadership is not when things are fine and then you sit and nicely say, oh, we are good. It's in what you plan when all is calm. So when the turbulence arrives, you have everything dotted out. When the bridge collapse happened in the US, within minutes, evacuation was done and alternative plans were done. Imagine if that happens in Ghana. It rained for a few hours in Accra. I'm not even talking about the areas where things like homes got flooded. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about a major highway getting people in traffic for more than 8 hours. More than 8 hours. Imagine productive hours missed. People who have to get home, find a way to get to the office this morning, already struggling with cost of living, and have to go through this. Because somebody decided that this problem is someone else's headache. It should happen every year. The rain should always come. Wash the sun onto the road. Cause traffic. People should suffer, panic, be in pain. It doesn't matter. This level of poor leadership is why we are where we are today. If we do not demand the highest standards of leadership, that's what we get. For that child who was sitting in the car with the mom going home yesterday, picked up and being sent home, spending all these hours in traffic, what kind of mindset do you think that child will have about leaders? What? We say we toil and work for that for the next generation. Is this the toil? Is this the beauty of that toil? This? Where people have to sit in traffic for 8, 9, 10 hours. And the ironic part is that the leader was asleep. Comfortably. Asleep. This morning, there will be no onrush. There will be no alternate plans. The rains will come again. We are in the rainy season. It's just the beginning. This is May. Imagine June and July. When the flood and fire disaster happened in 2015, everybody was in panic mode. Hey, my God, what is this? We are in the 9th year since that disaster. We wait for things to cave upon our heads. And then we start wailing. And then we get into procurement overdrive. This is not leadership. This is mediocrity. And the earlier we come to that firm conclusion that we must end this practice of mediocrity, the better for us. Why should people always have their tummy churn, regret that they made choices? Why? What did they ask for? They don't ask for money. They ask that the basic things in life are sorted out. Why can't people drive on a highway and know that their leaders have provided the best for them? They use that same route. When they're going to campaign, they use that same route. When they're going to commission projects, they use that same route. They see it, but they have pretended they have not seen it. There are people who built roads on major seas. This is not even close to anything. This is why we are struggling. Why? Why should there be pain and misery for citizens when they have made a choice for leadership? Why? Why this constant shoving of mediocrity down the throats of citizens because they made a choice and asked you that we'll give you all your comfort, give us good leadership? Why? Why? Why should a citizen suffer all the time like this? Why? Why is the nobility in saying you are leading a people towards a good cause? Why this constant serving of incompetence and mediocrity to citizens? This high price we are paying, it's too painful. It's too painful. Look at people this morning going through it. And every time when these things happen, there's almost this nonchalance. Well, this happened. Well, yeah, they should cry all they want. Tomorrow it will blow over. It is the Nyashi mentality that has led our leaders to do this to us. Where, we have set the time, nothing is happening, so that's why we are where we are today. So today people have got to work. They are praying it doesn't rain. For anyone who lives at Kasoa who comes to Accra, they are praying it doesn't rain. Praying it doesn't rain. When rain is supposed to be a blessing, thick clouds get people in panic attacks and get anxious. Why? Why? All right, go for a short break now. When I return, we'll look at our Ghana city.